Hello New Zealand, thank you for joining us. The weekend is with us and we're going into the month of November on Sunday. This year has gone so fast and so slow at the exact same time. High pressure parked out here to the east. That's why it's so warm and humid. We've got this subtropical flow coming down across the country. It is pushing up inland parts of the South Island more than 10 degrees above where they should be for this time of the year. Plenty of cloud up here, making for pretty mild weather overnight. The overnight lows this weekend, 16s and 17s for the upper North Island, which is pretty mild stuff. Here's the rainfall for the next couple of days. We've got a few showers in the dry north, not a lot, but maybe 5 to 10 millimetres coming through for you over the next couple more days. A couple of heavier downpours through the hills. The eastern side in the blue and the greens, that's just a couple of showers or spillover spits. It may not accumulate to very much at all. Over on the west coast though, the blue, that's getting up over 100 millimetres of rain in just the next 2 days. All right, temperatures are warm too. That subtropical northerly coming down, going over the mountains, dries out further, warms up further, and that's why we're seeing this big area here across this afternoon. This is Friday, sorry. Over 8 degrees above average. That's for Friday, and then as we go into Saturday, once again, this eastern side, warmer than average by 8, 9, 10 degrees. In the north, because you've got that wind coming straight in from the northeast and the cloud cover as well, although the winds will start to turn more northwest on Saturday. That's part of the reason why this region is about average. But you can see even northern areas like Auckland, which is very coastal and has a lot of cloud around at the moment, will still be 4, 5, 6, 7 degrees above normal on Saturday. So this is Saturday's setup. The subtropical winds, it's a lot of S's, coming through, pushing those temperatures up. Showery though, not the best weather for Halloween. Half of you are going to be disappointed with that. The other half are going to be very relieved. Windy weather, wet weather, and a cold change in the south. That's marking your October 31st, your Halloween day. Few showers in the north, won't be too much like you just saw before. It might accumulate to 5 or 10 millimetres. It accumulates more the further down you go along that western side. So that is the Saturday. Windy weather coming through as well, as we just mentioned. This map's a little hard to kind of see it all. What we're really focused on is this wind tunnel through the middle, showing blustery conditions, maybe 70, 80, even 90 kilometre an hour gusts in exposed areas. Now by November 1st, we've got a change. Another low coming out of Australia, which is a sign that we're in a different weather pattern to where we were a year ago. We've got southwest winds blowing around. It'll be a little cooler on Sunday in some areas, but it's not a real sou'wester when you track the origins. It's coming out of the subtropics and turning around. Let's get into next week. So Monday kicks off pretty settled around New Zealand, but that low coming out of Australia, and I've been saying this now for about a month, this is a positive sign for New Zealand. We're going to catch the leftovers of their lows, just like last year we caught the leftovers of their highs, which put us into drought. So this time around, I'm hoping we'll get a little bit more of that wet weather. There's not a lot of it on Monday, just a few showers really along the western and southern coastlines and maybe 1 or 2 up around Northland. By Tuesday though, this is an interesting little development, and it only takes a small change for it to have a big consequence. If we can get this low perfectly placed behind this high and get that high to move out a little bit, which is possible, we could get a very wet, humid nor'easter coming in that could bring proper rain relief to northern New Zealand. It's definitely not locked in. The models are still flip-flopping around a wee bit. But as you can see on Tuesday, there is that chance. And on Wednesday, lining up with these tropical showers coming down. Some will be drizzly and light, others will have thunderstorms potentially. Fairly high pressure around the rest of the country. And even into Thursday of next week, while the low is north of us and while high pressure is right next to us, there is this sort of vulnerable area between the next high that's coming in and this one that's moving away. A low to the north pulling down subtropical air from Fiji and Tonga. That's a good place for it to be coming down from. It's, as you can see though, it's broken up in the actual New Zealand area. So next week is going to be interesting to watch. We'll be keeping a close eye on that. We will have extra news stories next week. Now I'm about to take a little break. I mentioned this a couple weeks ago. I'm taking a couple of weeks off. It has been a very, very, very busy year for us at Weather Watch. We're doing a few things behind the scenes at the moment. We're about to launch our new rural weather app. It's very exciting. It comes with all these new sort of push notifications and you can set your own alerts. It's very exciting. So I've got a couple of weeks off as we work behind the scenes on that. So apologies that I won't be around, but we'll see you again around the middle of November, and we will have extra news stories on the Weather Watch website. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.